Welcome back to Billionaire Discipleship. We're building wealth, street wisdom, and serving Christ collides, but it doesn't divide. Man, I got a good episode for you guys today. We're gonna talk about dreams. And man, dog, I'm a dreamer. I I, I love to dream. Um, God has given me the gift to dream starting in 2020. It probably was about I would say about May, June, maybe July of like 2020 when God really started putting a dream into me. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, I first had a dream and then like God told me to dream bigger. And like throughout this faith journey, He continues to tell me to dream bigger. And it's like more like that's why I want to touch the amount of money that I want to touch because it's like it's not about the money, it's about the amount of people I can help. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I can I can go put 100K or 250K towards helping another community or helping an outreach program or anything in that sort. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, dog, the dreams and the tactics and the strategies that God put in my mind. I have in my notepad. Some I don't have in my notepad concrete, but a lot of the stuff is it's gonna take a lot, and it's gonna take some major faith. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I love dreams. Um, I got this quote. JM, who is JM? I don't know who that. I'll be putting the initials of the quotes that I'll be writing down, but I'll be putting the actual full name. And I don't know who I got this quote from, but the initials is JM. Patience is not simply the ability to wait, it's how we behave while we're waiting. And I love that quote because it's like, all right, God put it in your heart and your mind to have a dream. All right, that's cool. But like, what are you doing to get to that dream? How are you gonna become that person to able to obtain that dream? You get what I'm saying? So it's like what books are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? What moves are you making? What investments? Like you get what I'm saying? So it's like if you move like that and think like that, all right, I gotta read this amount of books. I gotta continue to build my faith in this arena and continue to sharpen my craft and develop my skill in this arena. You get what I'm saying? So it's like when you think of it like that, that that's the crazy part of everything. Cause it's like many stories in the Bible, they had patience, but like at the time, they didn't really want the patience. You know what I'm saying? Like David running for his life from Saul. He wanted the kingdom. Like don't get me wrong, he did what he had to do, but he was told that he was gonna have a kingdom. And then to go through something like that, like you gotta think about what that man's mindset at that time. So it's like when you put those type of those type of situations in your mind, when you go through situations, and it's like, man, definitely cut deep, definitely cut deep. But it's like there's so many examples in the Bible where the either the prophet had a dream or the um or whoever had a dream in that situation or in that season, and it's like we can go through Noah. Like let's break it down the whole story. And this is not even on in the notes. This is off the top. Like, Cuz was building a boat in the that like it was dry, bruh. Like dry. Like you get what I'm saying? Like that's like, and I'm gonna put it in practical terms or in a street way. That's like everybody trap. Alright, you decide to go a different route and invest into stocks or invest into it could be crypto if that's what you're into. It could be options. It could be real estate. It could be business. It could be sneakers. You get what I'm saying? Like going that different route. That's faith. Like, and that's in practical terms. And like people in your community probably look at you like, man, why don't you do this, bro? Everybody getting that bag from this. Like, nah, like I got this dream that God put in my heart. Like, build it, and like everybody laughing at him. You get what I'm saying? Like that's like everybody laughing at you when you started a business. But yeah, they might support you on social media, but they really laughing and clowning you behind closed doors. Like you get what I'm saying? Like that type of situation. And it's like another example in the Bible. We can go to Abraham. He waited almost 25 years for God to follow through on his promise for the birth of Isaac. 25 years. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like these examples are perfect because it's like they still stumbled along the way. You get what I'm saying? They still like Abraham, like his stumbling block was instead of waiting for God to fulfill his purpose and have a baby, he decided with his original wife, he decided to have a wife with his his maid, concubine, something like that, bro. Uh, and his wife was down with it. But his wife really actually initiated it. But like stuff like that. Like if he would have just patiently waited for God. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like the whole that whole story would have been a whole different story. But like he didn't follow God all the way out. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Every person has their stumbling blocks, and it's like people don't realize like you gonna have your stumbling blocks like that. That's what faith is. You gonna have them, man. God, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't I don't really know. Like I could go do this and this and go make a quick buck doing that. Then I can get my life right. Like nah, bro. Like you gotta stay to it. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. And my boy Joseph, man, I love Joseph's story because it's like, man, they biblical scholars say that Joseph waited between 13 and 22 years to see his family again and being betrayed by his brothers and pretty much fulfilling his dream. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like at the beginning of Joseph's story, he had a dream, told his brothers. Um, they pretty much hated on him, all of that. And when he revealed himself and revealed his face and revealed his name at the end, like that's how long it took. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how long it really took for God to work through his life. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, man, like when you think of it like that, it's like, bro, you only 15, 16, 18, 20, 25, 30. Like, but by the time you're 30, God could do something so much in your life within the next 15 years if you really apply the word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really get serious. Like, have focus and have the mentality and the the spiritual mindset of growth to to apply it for your life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Dog, I want to. I got this from the Power Bro. I love this quote because it's like it pretty much goes into everything that I kind of like believe in. And he couldn't. I forgot who Damon. I don't think Damon John could even give the person credit, if I'm not mistaken, in the book because he couldn't even figure out who said the quote. But if people aren't laughing at your dreams, then you aren't dreaming big enough. It's like, don't get me wrong, I understand people like that have dreams to go be a doctor and go be a lawyer, but like, what is something that bothers you so much in the world and then go do it? So like, put it in practical terms. Like, say if you want to be a doctor, but God is telling you to focus mainly on cancer patients. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like that's a purpose. Like, you get what I'm saying? And it's like, say you have in your mindset like, I want to truthfully figure out a cure of cancer, or it don't even gotta be in that sense, but I'm just saying like in practical terms, like that's how it gotta be. Like same as like my dream, like to for me to touch $100 billion to come from the streets and to work a 9 to 5 to becoming a multi-billionaire to becoming 100 multi-billionaire. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, people look at that dream and just laugh. Like, bro, you can't bro, you from the streets, bro. Like, you from this and that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Your people's is this and that. Like, your last name is this and that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people gonna laugh at it, like, no matter what. But like, that's how you know your dream is where it's at. And it's like, at face value, people take that and like, damn, like, damn, people, my own people don't believe in me. But like, truth be told, bro, like, you gotta believe in yourself. Like, people gonna think you crazy, bro. Like, that's the way it is, bro. I'm trying to take that. That's the way it is for faith, bro. Like, you think Noah's family didn't think he was crazy, bro? Like, you think Joseph's family didn't think he was crazy, bro? Who else? You think Jesus' family didn't think he was crazy? Well, except for his mother and his father. But his brothers, bruh, they ain't want to believe, bruh. They ain't want to believe that, bruh. They ain't want to believe that, bruh. They ain't want. But um, and it's crazy because it's like, this quote from Myron pretty much goes into like the whole, like, when you get your dream, you gonna go through some stuff. You get what I'm saying? And the quote goes like this: sometimes your dream will drag you through some drama on the way to your destiny. And it's like, that joint fire because it's like, dog, Joseph had a dream, but didn't expect what the dream would come to next. David was anointed, but didn't expect that he was going to go through what he went through next. Um, 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 who else? I'm trying to think of somebody else. Uh, I I guess you can say Solomon. Solomon was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He kind of fell into it by his own self, but like, same thing. Like, he ended up getting the wisdom, then like stumbling along throughout the journey, and then regaining his faith throughout the end. Like, you get what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like, that's like you starting a business and you failing, or you getting rejected 10, 15 times. Like, you getting your real estate license and you getting a sell, or you trying to get a sell or something like that, and they rejecting you. Like, nah, you knew. I don't know. Like, nah, bro. I'm trying to tell you, if you put in that work and you put in that knowledge and you read the books before you even get to the customer, bro, and you got the knowledge, dog. Regardless on how young you is, bro, you can get to that bag, bro. I'm trying to tell you, as long as you know what you talking about, even in business, like, if you got an idea, a service, or a product, like, bruh, pitch it, bruh. Like, these people will invest into you, and it's like you might get 1,000 no's, or you might get a couple hundred no's before you get that first yes, but somebody along the way is going to invest into you, and if not, God will. Like, I'm trying to tell you, He will bless you with the resources. He will bless you with the wisdom. He will bless you with the insight. He will bless you with the strategic moves to move and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, eh. Oh, I love this quote from Demarcus Murray, I think, from Change Church, Atlanta. Sometimes to get to destiny, you have to be willing to endure a season of destiny contradiction, because the destiny contradiction is what prepares you and position you for destiny. And it's like, man, honestly, I can truthfully testify on that, because it's like when I got fired from my job working at a government agency, I ain't gonna say no names and stuff like that, but working at a government agency, got a good job. I had the benefits, taking care of my family. Came to work one day, got fired off some crazy stuff too. It's like something that I didn't even really do. Like, the job messed up when they first hired me. So it's like, yeah. And man, I'm not even gonna go into that whole situation, but it's like I remember pulling up to the 7-Eleven right next to the to the jump, and like crying. Like, I'm talking about, like, I'm bawling out tears. Like, your boy just realized I got fired. I got rent to pay, bills to pay, child at home. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't know what I was gonna do. Like, dog, I'm trying to tell you. And it's like at that moment, I still chose to continue to chase wisdom, and to chase God, and chase Jesus, and chase this life, and chase business. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like at that point I actually went harder. That's when I started reading books. Like, I was reading I was probably reading like two or three books at the time. I would say probably about two. I was probably listening to one, reading one, keep it a buck with you. And it's like after that happened, I got a job. I would say within 3 weeks I got a job. Then when I really started, I was into it. Like, I was like, all right, bro. I done took too many L's in the stock market. I done took too many L's in life. I done took too many L's with this job. All right, bro. I gotta really be on my P's and Q's. So that's when I was like, all right. Started studying the stock market. I started taking it back to studying 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, 1900s, 2000, all over the world, from the the um South Sea bubble to the cycle bubble, bicycle bubble to the Australian bubble. Like, studied the last I would probably say at least the last 120 years of the stock market. Like, then I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna move on to psychology. So I was like, all right, started studying books about psychology and risk. Started reading more spiritual books. Started reading more leadership books, and then, but like, I'm trying to tell you, like, that that pivotal moment changed me, and it could have broke me. That's the crazy part. Like, I could have just went back to the streets. I could have just said, you know what, man, this working it ain't it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could just go make a quick buck. Yeah, flipping everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, yeah. But it's like, dang, that's why I love that quote so much. So like when I heard that quote, I was like, yo, I gotta write that one down. I gotta write that one down. And it's crazy because it's like Moses waited 40 years in the desert for God to resurrect the purpose for his life. So it's like when Moses killed the dude, ran away, it took 40 years for God to clearly speak to Moses. But like God still used Moses after that 40 years. Could you imagine Moses' thoughts within that 40 years? Like imagine Moses' thoughts on year 1, year 5, year 10, year 20, year 23, year 35, year 39. Like you get what I'm saying? So it's like, man, you gotta think about like the biblical characters and the biblical stories that and put them Jones in like your mindset. Like what if you 20, God told you a dream, but you ain't gonna touch it until you 60, 70, 80, shoot, even 90, 95, 99. Like that's what I'm talking about. That's faith. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. I don't know who I got this quote from. I ain't put a initial on this one, but no one enjoys waiting, but waiting for God is one of the central experiences for Christian life. It is also one of the most difficult lessons we need to learn as leaders. And it's like, dog, learning that in a leadership perspective really changed my life because it's like, you really, if you really put it into thought, like, God's greatest leaders, they had to wait for their faith to be built and to be developed and to their dream to be fulfilled. Like you get what I'm saying? So it's like Moses, he had to wait 40 years to get the dream. He had to wait um he had to wait all the years while they was in the wilderness. Like you get what I'm saying? Like dog, cut, cuz cuz had to wait a long time. Noah, he had to. I didn't even pull up the stats on Noah. You get what I'm saying? Um, bro, you can't even pull out Jesus, bro. Like Jesus, he felt like he was ready at the age of 12, but like God was like, nah, it ain't your time yet. Like his mother said it, but I believe God orchestrated him for him to still cultivate his craft for another decade. You get what I'm saying? So it's like when you think of it like that, and it's like, or you can even think of it like this one biblical story. Hannah, she waited years for for God to answer her prayers for a child. So it's like, dog, it takes time. Like it takes time, and it's like throughout that time. That's why I really like that quote that I shared earlier. Like throughout that time, like what are you doing throughout that time? You get what I'm saying? Are you building your faith or are you breaking it down? You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you believe God has told you to do something, ask God to confirm it in 3 times through His Word, through circumstances, through other people, and wait, did I say that wrong? That's crazy. If you believe God has told you to do something, ask God to confirm it in 3 times through His Word, through circumstances, and through other people who may know nothing of the situation. And I got that from Dallas Willard, dog DW. That man got some wisdom. I love that man DW. But he he was pretty much breaking down. I think he was hearing God from Dallas Willard, if I'm not mistaken. It was like whenever you go through a situation and it's like you truly think God is telling you to do something, pray on it. Like pray on it. You know what I'm saying? Like you might get a sign like through the word. Like I can't even tell you how many times I didn't read a word or and then like listened to a sermon that goes with that word that like it completely was random. Like this sermon was from this and that. Like even listening to Charles Spurgeon, like you get what I'm saying? It's like his sermons from 1800, like 1850, like you get what I'm saying? So it's like dog, dog. And then like going listening to that and then like my wife, she said something about him like, bro, that's so crazy because I just had that thought like or someone at work, I had that conversation like, dang, that's so crazy. Like I was just thinking about that. Like I definitely gotta get onto that. Like you really that's the Holy Spirit working in you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And I only got a little bit left. But I love this quote from Andy. You allow fear to overshadow your dreams. You will never try anything new or create anything new. Worst of all, if fear causes you to retreat from your dreams, you would never give the world anything new. And that's from Andy Stanley. It's like, dog, you can go into so many business, biblical, leadership, like let's go into Craig Rochelle. Like if him and Bobby didn't come up with the and I love the story because it's like I think they only had like a few weeks to really develop the app for the Bible app, bro. Got that John out, boom, like it changed so many different people's lives. Like you got almost a billion users or downloads. Like you get what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of people. You gotta think worldwide. That's a lot of people, bro. You can go into Steve Jobs, um, building the iPhone, like people are now able to connect. That goes into building the Bible app. Like that goes into listening to sermons online. Like that goes into creating a community that serves Christ and, and is better for the community. You know what I'm saying? And not really trying to break down. Now there do be downfalls to stuff like that, but the 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 main purpose of using it for good. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if they were scared to chase their dreams and that at that point they would have had never created those items or created those products or created those services or created that mindset. You get what I'm saying? Like dog, I'm trying to tell you. And it's like Job waited years, not months, for God to reveal himself, redeem his losses and take him into a new beginning. And it's like Joe went through all of that pain, all of that suffering. It's like, dog, I couldn't even imagine losing my daughter. I couldn't even imagine losing all my investments, losing my house. My wife even turned against me, turned against God. Like, and it's like you still continue to choose God, and you still believed in God and His dream and His wisdom, no matter what. Like, dog, I'm trying to tell you, and it's like when those new beginnings happen, Job definitely probably had that look back and was like, "Yo, thank you, God. I knew you was going. I knew you was going to pull through. I knew what I went through was tragic, but I knew you were restored and even more. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I'm gonna leave this last quote from Andy. But dreaming requires courage, for on the heels of every dream is the demon of doubt by Andy Stanley. And it's like, dog, you know how many people would doubt and would go through this and that or wrestle with this and that. Like that's that's doubt. Like you gonna have doubt. Like you gonna have haters. You gonna have downfalls, and them downfalls gonna sometimes be hard. That's why if you listen to faith-based stories or even business stories, like it don't even gotta be like motivational stories. Like you get into a book and you listen to a lot of these business stories, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. A lot of these people lost a lot of money before they made a lot of money. Like a lot of these people almost lost their whole business, almost lost everything, their house, their family, put everything on the line for their business. Now in 2025, 2020, whatever year, their business is surviving and thriving. You get what I'm saying? So it's like when you think of it like that, it's crazy. And it's like that's why I love dreaming, because it's like you can have so many dreams and God can touch a lot of those dreams. Like, and some people misinterpret their dreams or misinterpret their purpose or try to chase somebody else's purpose or try to chase somebody else's dreams. Like, just read your word. Like, I guarantee you, God gonna speak to you. Like, I guarantee you, it might take some time. You might gotta get quiet. You might gotta do certain practices. You might gotta get into the mode to listen to God, but God most definitely will speak to you. And yeah, that's like I said, I'm a dreamer. I'm a vision dude. I love casting vision. But thank you for joining Billionaire Discipleship, where building wealth, street wisdom, and serving Christ collides, but it doesn't divide. Thank you. Like and subscribe.